Okay, so the last piece of information that we want to get out of you is what is the best way to support the influencers? Because the relationship in terms of the interactions and everything that in everything, in every relationship, communication is key. So what are some things that sellers should do in terms of managing their relationship with influencers and supporting them?
Yeah, so I know, like for us, a couple of companies that we work with, we have, if not at a minimum, monthly emails. We'll even have like Zoom calls with them to discuss not only what's going on, but maybe what are some of the new products that they're going to be releasing. Give the influencers those products before they go out to the general public. I mean, obviously, you probably want to have an NDA in place, right? Don't let them talk about it until you release it. But by allowing them, in a sense, to be the first to market from a content standpoint, that's going to help them potentially not only help you drive more conversions, but also get them more sales. I think also providing the products to them, don't expect them to buy them, I think can be another, really good thing. And we've had a couple situations where, like Shure provided us, they had it's called the White Noir microphone. It was a white MV7 that was only going to be sold on Amazon, and they provided that to us in advance. So the day it went, live on Amazon, we were able to go live using that microphone. So that made us feel like, wow, they really like us. They're looking out for us. And on the flip side, we were getting to be those first people creating content for that specific product. So I think, if you kind of take that in mind of like, make it more of a partnership as opposed to a transaction, and that will make not only the influencer want to continue to work with you, but will also, I think, get you better content in the long run.
Yeah, this resonates with me in a way that I heard a long time ago. This is when I was working on building a company culture. So, as you know, culture is huge. In a company, they say that every company has a culture, and it's either by design or by default. Because if you don't have something by design, then you're going to have your team members making up things as they go along. And that's obviously never a good idea. So the point is, this gentleman said that, one of the things that most companies overlook is when you hire consultants, because influencers are consultants at the end of the day. You're bringing them in, and they're not on your payroll, and they're going to help you for their expertise. And he said, include them as if they are team members, because usually they are excluded and they are on the outside. But when you include them in your company activities, I'm not talking about everything that you do, but keeping them in the loop and telling them what's going on with the company, treat them as if they are team members. And that will go a long way, making that influencer feel like they are part of a team. They're not just a hired hand, so to speak. And then as soon as they are done, they are out. So um, this ultimately falls back on communication. It's the frequency, the style, the content of your communication. So it's the relationship at the end of the day, right? They are doing what they are doing because they value the relationship. So what do you think about that approach?
I think that's right on the money. I mean, it is about teamwork, right? If because sometimes we come across things that you may, as the brand, not realize is happening, right? Whether it's, hey, your listing's not showing the price you were saying it is on Amazon. We've noticed it because we're in there. The product you said it was going to release, hey, it's not out there, or it's the ASIN is wrong, things of that nature. Or I mean, so it can be helpful to you because there's a lot of moving parts, especially in the Amazon world. And
Mm.
so I think it's helpful to have that two-way communication, or to let people know, hey, this is going to be on sale. So maybe we're going to let that, because guess what? Influencers sometimes have email lists. And so maybe they'll email out to their community like, hey, we've just been told that, company X is going to be having a sale on Amazon. Here's the dates. And that may drive more sales as well for the brand. So I think having that communication and not making, to your point, everything doesn't have to be everything, but I think also they may sometimes say, hey, this is something that could be done to the product that would make it better, right? Maybe they can help you with product development as well.
Yeah, yeah. And I heard you mention regular meetings, right? So those meetings, they need to be serious meetings. In other words, there should be an agenda, there should be a transparency in performance and everything going on. So therefore, they know that this is not just talk, that there is a specific way of handling this, and this is what we do. And then you tell them, usually my favorite philosophy is, if you're going to have a meeting with somebody or a presentation or anything, and I do that in this podcast, first you tell them what you're going to tell them, and then you tell them, and then you tell them what you've just told them. So they never, you don't take you take no prisoners, so to speak. So they get exactly. So that way, because things happen in the process, they miss, and they know what they missed, so they can go back and check. So this is great conversation, Jim. Thank you so much for this. I like the episodes that we record to be actionable. People who listen to it right after wrapping up, listening to this episode, go take action immediately with what you've just heard. And your information could not be more actionable. It's great.